What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So guys, channel membership is now live. Link is in the description and the first comment. Do check it out. That would really help support the channel. So let's start this video with the Arnold Brazil. So Goodvito wins the Arnold Classic South America. And that too very convincingly. And the man is gonna make his Olympia debut this year in October. So nice of him to hold a picture of his coach Vito along with his trainer Fabrico. This shows how much Goodvito rewards Vito and gives him credit. And now that the HD footage of Goodvito has been released, we can break his performance more comprehensively now. Now I have got to say Vito is gonna have a great advantage over all of his competition in most of the shows, since the front double biceps, that is his strongest shot. And that is the first pose to make that great first impression, not just on the judges, but on all the fans as well. Now I guess we can all agree that he can definitely work more on his posing routine, his presentation, and he can make all of his poses look way better. And he can appear much more dangerous with just some minor tweaks, even with that same physique that he has now. So the quads are just outstanding. Probably some of the very best in the world right now. And it definitely seems like he added more overall width to his frame this year, making his X frame, his V-taper, so much more pronounced and appears so much more aesthetic. I mean, look at those hamstrings, very thick and very developed. And the kind of condition that Goodvito gets in, that's also super nasty. And we have seen it all in 3 pro shows that he has done since he turned pro. And the man has made so much progress since he turned pro, which was back in 2022, to be more specific, at the end of 2022 in November. And even if we take a look at this comparison from his physique from past Arnold, which was last year, versus this one from yesterday, it is very clear that the biggest improvements that he was able to make in this past 1 year, that was in his legs, in his lower body. And at some point, Goodvito will maybe have to step back in terms of his leg training, so that his upper body, that can catch up. Now I'm not saying there is any kind of disproportion between his upper and lower body, at least as of right now. He is very much balanced, but that can be the case if this guy keeps on packing more muscle, more size on his quads down the line in the future. Now, he did make some noticeable improvements in the upper half as well. The arms, as well as the delts, they got so much bigger. But those are the areas that Goodvito needs to continue to grow, because if he continues to build up more round delts, he is gonna be totally unstoppable. Not to mention his chest, that was looking so much more fuller. And he finally had that chest hang this time around. So a big congratulations to Goodvito. And those cheat meals after the show, they are very well deserved. So guess what? He's gonna be back on the plan tomorrow morning, because the real test, that is gonna be the Pittsburgh Pro. They can literally shock some very big names and the whole bodybuilding world. So do let me know what you guys think of Goodvito's performance here at the Arnold Brazil. Now as far as the rest of the results are concerned, there was just no big competition for Goodvito here. But that being said, Leonardo Paris, he came in second. Now this guy is also massive, but the thing is he needs better conditioning, especially from the back and in the lower half. He just did not have that kind of quality and that much separation as Goodvito had. Now if I'm not mistaken, I think we saw him last time at FIBO Brazil back in 2022, and I think he won that show against Dynamo. Marcelo Cruz came in third. Decent separation in his quads, but overall he still needs more mass, especially to hang with the big boys. So we had Carlos Andre in 4th and Catiano Forscherini in 5th. So that's it from the Arnold Brazil. The next show in line, that is gonna be the FIBO Germany, which is happening next weekend. Guys, we have a limited time offer. If you buy any flavor of Bloodshot, you are gonna get a free Dying Breed t-shirt. The discount code is on the screen right now, and use the code FAZI10 to get 10% extra discount. Brion Ansley and Rubiel Mosquera, the former training partners, they got together and also posed together once again for their trainer Chris Cormier. And judging by the looks of Rubiel right now, the man is in no way, shape or form to step on the stage anytime soon. I mean, just compare him to the current look of the former classic physique Olympia champion Brion Ansley, who is just trying to grow at this point. He is deep in his off-season as he is making his transition from classic into the 212. And Rubiel is more or less in that same kind of condition as Brion. So both can be considered at the peak of their off-season. So I guess the rumors of Rubiel doing this upcoming New York Pro, they were after all just rumors once again. Now Brion Ansley is the guy to talk about here, as him making his way into the 212 class and trying to go toe-to-toe with a guy like Keon Pearson, Sean Corrida, Angel Calderon, and all these other guys at this year's Miss Olympia. That is his goal. But he needs to win a 212 show first to qualify for the Olympia this year. And Brion made this very clear that he isn't looking for a special invite and is gonna earn his Olympia spot by competing in a 212 show. So this is the first time in so many years Brion is really letting his body grow to get bigger. Because no matter how much weight he can put on during the off season, he isn't gonna be above 205 pounds, realistically speaking, on the stage, as he was competing close to 180 in classic physique. So even an additional of 20 pounds of muscle on his frame, that is gonna make one hell of a difference. And we can hope that the biggest improvements that Brion is making right now, they are on his legs, because he just desperately needs to make them grow. To be competitive in the 212, he 100% needs bigger legs. So there was a whole lot of discussion about the men's physique guys and how the IFBB, they should change the rules, reduce the length of the shorts, so that the legs development of all these guys, that can also be judged. Now this whole controversy, or I'm gonna say discussion, that started after those comments by Arnold Schwarzenegger in the champion seminar at this past Arnold. And so far, there hasn't been any official response on this particular topic. But here we have the physique update of 3 times men's physique champion Brandon Henriksen along with Jay Cutler. Now Brandon is coming in, not just to beat Ali Bilal, who is one of the top guys in the sport right now and the reigning Arnold champion, but he's also very determined that he's gonna win his 4th men's physique Olympia title this year and beat Ryan Terry, the 2 times Olympia champion, and tie the record of Jeremy Bundia and his 4 Olympia wins. And Brandon Henriksen, he is one of those guys in the men's physique division who will be very happy if they change the rules, because he has some very good legs and a great balance, top to bottom, in terms of his upper and lower body. So Brandon at 5 weeks out of this year's Pittsburgh Pro, he looks totally insane right now. So the year that he took off, that just instilled new fire in him and motivation, and there will be this clash of giants in 5 weeks time. As you guys all know that Aaron Banks is also doing this show, and both these guys, they do not like each other at all. So we saw James Hollingshead guest posing at the NPC Bare Bodies Classic. So this guest posing, that is of the utmost importance, since James, he will be stepping on the FIBO Germany stage in less than 1 week time now, and he's gonna battle it out for his Olympia qualification against Sazan Hireti and Sergio Oliva Jr. So James looked big and full as a house, and we just cannot predict what his physique is gonna look like on the stage in another 1 week time, because James can change a lot in a matter of 6 days. And I guess the midsection, that is gonna be a major point of concern for James Hollingshead here, since the 2 guys that he's gonna be going up against, Sergio and Sazan, both of these guys have great midsection. So Sergio Oliva Jr also did his last workout here in the US, and he's gonna be leaving for Germany a little earlier to make sure that he dials it in 100% on the day of the show. Now again, he should not have mentioned that his chest, that kind of sucks right now, because he's unable to train his chest and his shoulders the way he wants to. Because if you look at his most muscular, in his most recent update, it is pretty evident that the chest isn't where it's supposed to be, less than a week out. Now for both James and Sergio, this is their best shot at getting their Olympia qualification, because the shows up ahead, they are gonna be absolutely stacked one after another. But if Sazan Hireti, he's able to present that same package that he brought at this past Detroit Pro, he's gonna be very hard to beat. But that being said, excited to see James Hollingshead do his 3rd show of the season, as he did improve from the Arnold, Ohio to Detroit. So him and Stefan, they are still trying to figure out what's the best look for him. And here in FIBO, Stefan is gonna have to pick 2 of his athletes, as Sergio is also working with him. So this show will also sell this point that Sergio always brings up, that he was just unable to peak right, especially on the day of the show, because of all the anxiety and because of all the pressure. Now irrespective of how his chest looks right now, we wanna see him dry and absolutely ripped. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.